Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here and you're watching the detailed camera review of the new Vivo Z1 Pro, the new mid-range smartphone from Vivo in India. The Vivo Z1 Pro is the first smartphone from Vivo in the Z series and it sports a triple camera and also in-display selfie camera. So let's find out how the camera performs. In terms of the camera hardware, the phone comes with a primary 16 megapixel sensor with f-stop 1.79 aperture and electronic image stabilization. There is a secondary 8 megapixel shooter and it is a super wide angle camera for wide angle shots. The third camera is a 2 megapixel camera for portraits and bokeh. The front camera is a 32 megapixel shooter with f2.0 aperture along with screen flash. So let's find out how the device performs in the camera department. First up, the daylight captures. From the daylight shots you can see that the 16 megapixel camera offers good clarity, the colors are more or less natural and there is good amount of details on offer in the daylight conditions. The sharpness levels are also good for a price segment it is being offered. The sky colors also looks good and if you zoom into the picture you can see there is ample details in the photo. The phone also comes with Auto HDR mode which works pretty well and the dynamic range is also really good. The phone also comes with super wide angle camera and it works very well capturing wide angle shots without any visible distortions as there is distortion correction available in the options. While the sharpness levels are not as good as a 16 megapixel shooter, it is still usable. Looking at the close-up shots, you can see that the phone has good colors and great details. The sharpness levels are also good and here are some of the close-up shots taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro. Next, moving on to the portrait shots. The Vivo Z1 Pro portraits are wonderfully implemented with good details and natural colors. The edge detection is also accurate. The blurring algorithm isn't too strong and the overall portrait shots looks really good on the Vivo Z1 Pro. Now moving on to the low light pictures. In extreme low light conditions and challenging light conditions, the Vivo Z1 Pro does a decent job bringing in good details and lesser noise levels. Noise is still evident when you zoom into the pictures. While we would say the performance is quite okay for the price segment, it is still not the best in this segment. The night mode is available on the Z1 Pro and it works well. The image processing takes lesser time and does a good job highlighting in the low light conditions. So this is the 1080p resolution sample taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro which has electronic image stabilization enabled. It's a 16 megapixel f1.78 aperture camera and you can see how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the rear camera with 1080p resolution. So this device also comes with a 4K recording available and there is also 720p recording available. So this is the 4K Ultra HD camera sample taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro which has a 16 megapixel shooter with f-stop 1.78 aperture and it can record videos in 4K and what you're seeing right now is a 4K sample taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the 4K sample on the Vivo Z1 Pro. So this is the wide angle camera sample taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro which can record videos in 1080p resolution. So the wide angle camera, that's the 8 megapixel wide angle camera, videos are limited to 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the wide angle camera on the Vivo Z1 Pro. Finally, the selfie experience. The 32 megapixel in-display selfie camera on the Z1 Pro takes good selfies. It looks good in terms of skin tones even though the colors are a bit saturated at times. But nevertheless selfies are more of a personal choice and many would still love the selfies from the Z1 Pro. The sharpness levels and details are also good on the selfie camera from Z1 Pro. The device also has portrait selfie mode and here the edge detection is good and consistent. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Vivo Z1 Pro which can record videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera on the Z1 Pro. So when we did videos for the Z1 Pro, a lot of you have been asking us whether there is GCam support for this device. So when we tested with the camera to API app, it showed there is support but not full support. So we tried a lot of GCam APKs and not all of them work, and this is the one which works. Right now we are recording this video using the GCam APK, and this works most of the time except for portrait shots, both for the rear and the front camera. So video recording and the regular shots work, but portrait mode does not work. And this video has been recorded using the GCam APK, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera on the Vivo Z1 Pro using the GCam. So in case you want to try out, we'll share the link in the description of this video to download the GCam, so you can try out this APK. Probably in future there might be more better builds coming up. So right now we can try this APK on Vivo Z1 Pro. Here are some of the shots taken with the GCam on the Vivo Z1 Pro. Do share in your thoughts on how good it is. So finally, summing up, how good is the Vivo Z1 Pro in terms of the camera department? We feel Vivo has done a good job with the camera department in bringing a usable camera in this price segment. The rear 16 megapixel shooter has great performance except for low light where it needs to be improved a bit more. The selfies are good and so is the video recording. Overall, we feel this is a good camera in this price segment, but is it the best? Wait for our camera comparison to see how it stacks against the leaders in this segment in terms of the camera department. So what do you guys think about the camera on the Vivo Z1 Pro? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.